Hello and welcome back. I continued working on this thing. I changed out this bud for something just more simpler, essentially the same as that one. Because I don't think it slows it down either very much or at all for what we're trying to do, and it just gives us more space and allows me to mirror it. So yeah. I've also added in something else that I haven't tested yet. It's these dispensers that will flow out some water, and because these stairs are waterlogged, the water shouldn't flow into this space and like take out our redstone. The intention of that is so that we can also do concrete. Wasn't sure if water bottles worked on concrete. They do not. Just too bad. Would have been a good dual purpose. But concrete does have to come in contact with water. So if this has worked, flip that switch, water gets dispensed. If I flick it again, water goes away. That's just so we don't have to have water running all the time. Otherwise, it could just continually be there. I don't think it does any harm for anything else. This switch is for the water bottles. And there's some extra storage up here that I figured we could use just to throw shulker boxes if we want. If we're like this, if we want to mine that stuff. Anyway, let's see. Let's turn on concrete. I just have a small sample here. There we go. It works. Otherwise, I've just been trying to figure things out. Trying to see how I could get a stairwell down here. So far, it's not going so well. But I think once we move the storage, we'll use some of that space. But for now, that's all I got. Today, I want to check out some things, so I thought I'd bring you along. Frostwalker. I think there's only 2 levels, but I don't know. Recently turned on clouds. I haven't had clouds on in forever. I like them. I feel like I've been missing something. Alright. Here is an old biome that is no longer the biome to which it appears to be. We open F3. Where does it say biome? Taiga. I don't think this is considered a cold biome anymore. So it doesn't snow. Ice doesn't freeze. Which is unfortunate because it's where I made all my ice machines. But I do think Ice Frostwalker does something with ice. Now I've never played with this, so this is something that came about while I was gone. So I know it melts. But if you put something above, I don't think it does. If I understand correctly. Oh, but I think you have to block out all light. So I think, even though this is underneath, it's still getting a light level. So we'd have to be in darkness, maybe. There's still light getting through. There. Okay. Now what? Now will it break? Do we have ice forever? This is why I have this. So you can still see. And then I wondered, like, you can't pick it up though, can you? No. Okay. So you can make ice wherever you want. However, you can only keep it if it's dark. And you can't pick it up. I assume you can't move it with a piston, but I'm going to try that next. I do miss these things. I would love to have them back. Now, I assume if I just put these on, or if I just get in the machine, it won't work. Okay, let's see. Right. I don't actually remember how this thing works. Apparently it pulls the ice away. Okay, let me make some ice, please. Oh, I didn't see what happened. Let's do a smaller scale test. But first, I snoop. We have a nice stream to the village. That's how I used to bring sand back. Anything else of worth that we should grab? Some potential TNT sitting right here. Okay. I need a dark place. How long has this been here? Spider? Sure. And a dark place? Alright, let's begin. Okay, piston. Way to power piston. Some blocks. I think we're ready. Extra bucket of water. With a salmon in it, because why not? I'm sorry, I feel bad. Be free! Okay, if you... That's interesting, though. It did let us move water. It gets pushed, and then it turns to water. These are all, like, things that people have figured out long ago, but... I don't know what I could do with that. I mean, I guess you could push water around with it. So I did bring a armor stand. So instead of us having the boots on, I do believe you can put them on an armor stand. But I also think the armor stand has to be moving for it to generate ice. Real ice. Alright, just grab some redstone stuff. Make a little contraption. All right. My greatest masterpiece. All right. Now put these on. No, not me. You. This isn't going to work, is it? Oh, it worked. Okay. Okay, it definitely does. Also has a... Weird. It's a lot slower to break. That's with Silk Touch that I'm trying, but it doesn't matter. And it did destroy the water source now. That used to be a water source, now it's not. Interesting. Well, I think we've discovered all I need to with this. I was wondering if we could use it to resurrect the ice machine, but it does appear not. Okay, so our cobblestone seems to be drained. Our stone ran out of shulker boxes, so we'll have to keep feeding more in. Oh, but it's like... It's only one more shulker. Okay, I can manually do that. Goodbye, night vision. Our gunpowder is all compacted. I set up an extra double chest. Excuse me. And now it's just filling up, as it does with drops. So everything has been color-coded. If you wanted an update on any of this, here we go. Slowly but surely, we're just collecting. We still have empties. Yeah, lots of empties. So, that's been a success. Happy with that. Excuse me. Still not sure how to do it here yet, like a tileable design. Still working on that. How do I get through here anymore? Or can I? There we go. But it's a bit of a mess. This place is very, very much a mess. And I think I'm just going to redesign this whole door. It's essentially like a 3x3 door, but then it's a 2x3 door, and then it's another little piece of a door. Like, it's a very thick door, and it's just been pieced together and resurrected so many times. So I'm going to see what I can do. I've never made my own 3x3 door, the middle block, the double piston. But I did figure out how to do it, but not in a like compact way yet. So I'm going to keep playing with it. Okay, here's the speed. Which one of you is giving me speed? You. I feel like it's you. Must be. You're all shining. Yes. So I would like to get a proper on and off switch for these, which was like something I wanted a long time ago. And I was going to run the redstone through these tunnels. And have it controlled here. Oh, they still work. Nope. Oh, we'll probably redo the control panel. Oh, it looks like it's a he flip-flop with hoppers? Except it has no item in it. That probably helps. Okay. So yeah, all this can be ripped out and replaced. Well, hello there, villager. We have another one in here. Fell down when I came to check the iron, but he was an imposter, or he didn't have a established profession, so he's unemployed. I'd have him trapped. I didn't know about this one. Are you also unemployed, sir? Are you sad? Sir, this isn't the way out, but I mean, that'll work. That'll get you out. I wash away any redstone? No. Okay. Okay. I think I'm ready to move all this. Now, I don't think we're going to store those. We will store these two, because we have farms that are just constantly producing. Same with that. Not that. Not that. Our cactus farm is pretty small and slow, but it does. And then raw material. I think I'm going to stop storing stone brick and instead store deep slate cobble, as well as sand. And the design I've come up with is too wide and tileable that way. And we're going to put the water elevator, this thing, indeed right here. I think I want to do it differently. I'd like to see it. Which one looks like a circle? Well, you look kind of like a circle. Or do they both? No. Which do we prefer? This isn't important, but... okay. Just trying to figure out the aesthetics. If we do that, I might change that. We could have our item elevator kind of right there. I don't know about the look of it. Make it just all iron bars. We could make it glass panes. But water does a weird thing with glass. Although I think the clear glass is okay. This stuff. We like use light gray. Anti-mess barrier. Actually, it's not bad. Like, you can't see the water. You can basically see through the water into the block behind it. Which isn't necessarily bad. looks different when you have glass blocks. Creates a weird effect, like that's you're peering through the glass. Like that. So just a little weird. But with the oak, I think it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't happen with the regular glass, just the stained glass. Transparency problems. That looks kind of weird, because you just see the little top and bottom of it. This is the least important part, but I'm going to spend the most time on it. That's really weird. Don't like that. It does make me think, though. Oh, end rods probably don't block water. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Nope. Our option is glass, stained glass, chains, or iron rods. I mean, fence posts could work as well, given that we're not connecting it to anything. Wood might be a better theme for down here. Might be better, actually. Now, I might leave one space buffer for these item sorters, but I don't know. That's 2, 2, 2. No, I'd rather have a space in the corner so that this space and this space isn't an item sorter, and then the next one would be there and there, there, and around we go. How many do we need? I've counted 12. Do we have room for 12? 1, 2, 3. Let's assume we start here. I mean, 12 brings us right to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which throws out my idea to have stairwell. Unless we can somehow work it into, like, have it spiral down and come out here. Then you go up and you go around and out. This room is not as big as I thought it was. Or we push out and go into that space, but kind of part of the idea of this is it's the size of the building. It's a true basement. Our perimeter is based off of kind of the outer walls of this building. Now, of course, in Minecraft doesn't matter. And a lot of the redstone is absolutely not under the building. So it's more of like the facade. The internal dimensions of this space match the outer walls. Let's build one of these. The 12 does include bringing up the bones, bringing up the arrows, bringing up the rotten flesh, and have it all come here. And I think I miscounted. If I do space them like so, that does give me a space in the corner and a space on this side, so I don't know how I did that. Probably be obvious in the editing and for you watching. If we got rid of this or moved it somewhere else, we could have another one there, or 2 more. Anyway, let's not overthink it. However, do believe I'm going to block off this part of the sewer. So I do need some of the space for redstone. Hello. Are you waiting your departure? Sorry. So I don't know, I thought maybe we could make it look like it collapsed. And that would be okay. Because we only need... Yeah, like this is our water stream, so our water elevator would come up through here, where this dirt is. So we could have some of it just all collapse down or something. Create a rubble wall. And then remove this side of things. And I would like to redo some of the redstone that's over here anyway. Our water bottle distribution system for our potions. So, yeah, I think that's the plan. For the time being, I'm going to get rid of all the water. Until it is quiet. It's almost quiet. Whoops. Don't know my own strength. This water is still used, so we'll leave that. Okay. So what I liked about this design was it's at floor level, or at least it used to be at floor level, and the floor was here. And we could easily access kind of both of these barrels without having to like look really high up or anything like that. So I've tried to make it kind of work the same way. And I think I'm actually going to push it in one block. Just because there's a lot of droppers and hoppers, and I think I can hide them better if that is the case. So, let's see here. So this will be the box that the shulkers go into when they're done. And we're going to try to create an overflow so that we can hold more than 27 shulkers. And I want to be able to access the shulker. Use this as a demo. However, I need all faces to be used. So we're going to be able to access it, but it's going to be around the hopper, which will be a bit awkward, but it'll have to do. But we could hide it with a trapdoor. And then if we need to access the shulker, we simply open that, and there we go. And on top is going to be the other barrel. So this will be... most of the time this will be empty, as it's feeding directly into the shulker box. So only if we've run out of shulker boxes will this thing backflow into here. But this would be for our items, kind of like dirt or whatever this item is for. Whatever this sorter, I guess, is for. So normally this wouldn't be there, but it's also a way we can deposit stuff into it. If we have a lot of dirt we want to get rid of, we can throw it directly into the system that way. Now, this chest is back stuffed with a lot of stuff. I don't feel like cleaning it up right now, so just going to throw it in here. Normally I'm pretty good with cleaning up, but in this case, not so much. Alright. So, we do have to go down, as I said, which is why the sewer must go. Otherwise, we're pretty good for height. So in our other design, we pushed the shulker over top into the hopper. In this case, it's going to be sitting right there. So we're going to be dispensing it. I said I wanted a space. Well, no, yeah, we'll do it this side. The way I built it in my test world is this way, but we could do it this way. It doesn't really matter. But keep losing things. Okay. So that'll dispense. We need a piston above. That will crush it. We're going to use a slab. So it should get picked up. Plus we're going to have another dispenser right here. So there won't be too many places for it to go. We're also going to have a block here. There's some more flowing water. Which we're going to read the contents of the shulker box. Use a redstone block this time, just because it's simplest for this design, so it doesn't interact with anything else. But it will input into this comparator. So only if this comparator is completely full will it output a signal. But currently it is able to drain into this chest, so we're going to stop that from happening. We're going to lock this hopper underneath it all. When this does get triggered, we want it to do two things. We want it to power this piston. Actually, three things. Power the piston, and then after that, power the dropper, or the dispenser, to dispense another shulker, an empty one. And then I also want to take the signal down. I want it to unlock this hopper. So this hopper is going to be locked by default using a redstone block. I think when I showed it in my previous episode, I showed you the creative world. And I ran into the problem where it was hard to set it up in such a way that I could drain. So because I want to put another storage down here, the other setup I had a torch here that would lock that one, but it would also lock this one, which I don't want. So I figured out I could do, if I use a piston, and it has to be one further down. Use a combination of piston and 2 slime blocks. I need 2, because if I only have 1, it becomes a bud. So this block buds the piston. But if I use 2 slime blocks, that seems to be enough, but it does mean that that's why we're coming down so low, is primarily for this thing. So I'm making use of a lot of pistons, which helps with it being tileable, but it also just kind of seemed to work best. So we're going to have a block here, except this guy will get a 1-tick pulse. So the block will bounce back and forth between these 2 locations, but it'll start there. We're using a lot of observers to move stuff around, and they give those quick pulses. So everything kind of toggles back and forth, but I'll get those in. So if we take this signal straight down into this piston, every time the comparator goes off, it'll detect it, and it's going to fire once to pull the redstone block back, but then when the torch turns on again, it will also trigger again. So it'll temporarily pull the block back, but then it'll push it back forward, and then ends up being enough time to allow 1 or 2 shulker boxes to go through. But it locks again before the new shulker is placed, which helps us if in the eventuality that this thing does back up, and we end up with shulkers all the way back to here. Once we start firing it up again, it'll slowly start draining. It'll take away the 1 shulker and an extra shulker. So eventually that backlog will sort itself out. With this design, though, we can also, if there isn't a shulker in place, we can reach there and get them out if we need to. So I don't know if... Bell's going off. I don't know if this is best design, or a good design. I didn't end up looking up anything just because I wanted it to be purposed for this build. And it's kind of fun just to figure it out. Though there's probably something better. We probably could find a one-tileable design. Though I do like the layout I have for these. We do need a way to input shulkers. That was an afterthought. But I think we can do that here. And so it's not too busy. I thought about like having another barrel. Or a barrel up here. Which we could do. Which doesn't look too bad, actually. So that is an option. Alternatively, because I also want a way to hit, like, if there's not a shulker here, we need a way to dispense one. So if I do have a hopper here, there's no way to get a signal really to that dispenser to fire it off. But what we can do, if we put a dropper here, and a hopper there, and another dropper there, pointing it up just for looks, and then we put a button on it. And maybe another trapdoor there, or this is kind of why I wanted to embed it into the wall a bit, so we could put stairs to hide things if we want to. And keep in mind this will be tiled this way for the next one. And there'll be another dropper here. So that's kind of how the look would go. With more barrels there and there. I don't know. And then up top, I think there's enough room that I can have a label of some kind to show what kind of block or item we're storing. Transfer the signal to the piston. We use a note block. The observer will detect that note block. We can put a block on top so it doesn't make any noise. Oops. And attract those lays to come pick up seeds around here. So that'll trigger that. And then I think all that's really left is powering this dispenser. So after the piston goes, we also want this to go. And we're going to power both. We're going to power this lower one with this block. And we're going to power that one with this block. This part was kind of an afterthought. I kind of messed with this design a lot, so I don't know if this is actually the best way of doing it. But we're going to watch this piston head. So when this comparator goes on, that torch turns off, that torch also turns off, this block becomes unpowered, that piston retracts, and then we bring that signal over here. Maybe one of the benefits of this is it's adding delay, because I do want this to fire after this one has. And I can do the same thing here. So the observers work well to avoid this redstone block or any interference from it. And I think that's getting pretty close to functional. Although this does need to be facing up, I think. Otherwise it will dispense probably a shulker up into the sky, or like it'll drop one on top of the unit. This way it'll just try to dispense it into the hopper, even though the hopper will take it out anyway. Might be ready for a test. The only other thing we need is a sorter to actually bring items in. This is where I do believe we have room. This might also be the benefit of a 2-wide design versus a 1-wide design. So 1-wide design might be really tall. Or I don't know how to get it all squeezed in there. But we're going to connect into there, into there, into there. I think that's it. And then we can put our sorter kind of above that. Okay. I think that's it. And then our hopper line will just be above all this. Get fed from the water. I don't know where I placed that hopper. Oh, right there. Not where I wanted to. That's all I know. So the water, there will be a bit of flowing water. It'll come right there. So I'll have to block it in with something. And then it'll flow right over this hopper. And get collected. And then hopefully that hopper is fast enough, or like, hopefully our farms aren't producing more than that hopper can deal with. If it can't, then problem we have to figure out later. So let's say this is going to be for cobble. Oh man. Because it's a 2-wide design, thought we could do something like this. And display the block behind. Don't know how to decorate the rest yet, but let's just put this here for a divider for now. I do like this block. I might overuse it. Maybe even have a block there to indicate. Okay, I ended up squeezing this one into the corner anyway. Simply because these are our 6 resources I'd like to store, like the raw materials. So cobble, deep slate cobble, stone, dirt, gravel, sand. And then everything on this wall will be farm-related things, I guess. And I think we could still use blocks. Figured we could use powder. Powder concrete. Concrete? Wow. The one that's correct. Concrete. To represent our drops. So dark green for cactus. It does give us dark green dye. Sugarcane doesn't give us lime dye, but it is lime colored, and I went for the lime color for the shulker box. Gray concrete for gunpowder. Bone blocks for bones. This one I didn't really know. Quartz. It's like a chiseled quartz block. I figured that could be for arrows. It was just another white block. I didn't know what else to do. Could probably do something else. The coral, that kind of looks like flesh, especially when it's all dried out. It's not the same color as rotten flesh in the game, but yeah, I thought that would do. And this one, I guess I have a spare. If we make it go that far, we could cut it off right here, and then maybe have a stairwell somewhere there. So far, only this one is functional. The rest are just cosmetic. I've just got the front on. And it does look like the water bottle is in the way. So I'll have to move that before I can do the rest, or some of them. I think the next thing would be to get the new water elevator in place and ready to be switched over down below. And then get our main ones hooked up. Sugarcane. I might probably temporarily make one of these sugarcane, because we do get a lot of that. That's mostly what's coming up here. It's just sugarcane. Occasional slime. But we could also just have an overflow block or box for that. I don't think we get that much of that. But let's test this one, see if it works. And I've lost my ladder, so this is how I get up now, I guess. Okay, so normally do need to prime this, I think. So I'll have to put one in there. The rest, I do believe, can go in here. And they're automatically going to get pushed into that lower one. Now what we could do for a test is fill this mostly the way up. Okay, so we have two mostly empty ones. Got another one here. Well, between all these we can make it work. We'll put the one that was mostly full in this one to start off with, so it should fire pretty quickly. Still have to set up the sorter, so I'll do that. Okay, so we have cobble coming down. For now I'll just put a shulker with cobble in here, and I'll start pulling it out. Should start going down, so our sorter is working. That's good. And from here we can see it going down. So if we prime it with that button, we should see it start to fill up. And if it worked properly, it should break it and replace it with another one. Oh, I don't know if that... Sounds like it's working as intended. Oh, did I forget that? Was that not there before? Perhaps not. Working perfectly. Okay, so now we have a new shulker box. The other one, I don't know where it ended up. It probably got stuck. Did I? I did. Okay. Oh, and right now it's just pulling stuff down. So I think also our... Normally that hopper will be locked, so that's not a problem. And yeah, this thing kind of got all messed up. It's supposed to be in this position, but that's probably from everything firing all crazily. Okay, and there it's filling up. So I'm going to help it out so we can see if it works this time. There we go. Does make noise from all the pistons firing. And they fire multiple times. Each piston fires twice. There we go. Uh-oh. Is that already there? Darn. Another test is required. Hard to say. I think it's okay. But I didn't have any empty shulkers in the system to trigger it again. Let's just put the full ones in. Fire that a couple times. Although... Okay, and then that one. Now I think there's another one ready to go in, or it should move up into there with the next fire. I don't know if it'll get deployed, actually. Figuring out all the bugs. Okay, let's see what happens this time. No cobble. Those are already full, so it automatically just cycled them through. And it seems okay. Yeah, that might have been from our hiccup earlier. It might have had a piece of cobble stuck and then it got put into there after the fact. I'll assume everything is good until proven otherwise. If we need additional storage, of course this means I have to tear up the floor. I thought we could put it under here. And this will get redone, I think, and removed. I had to run redstone everywhere already. So if we keep this, we'll have to move it. I'm not quite sure if I like it anyway. Okay, so our hopper's right there. We could hide a double chest in the floor. We can mostly hide it. It'll just be one block. Because it's a stair, we could still open it. And if we keep this lever here, what it does is it locks the hopper underneath this. But if we flip it, it'll drain them down into the bottom. So if we need extra storage, we just flick the lever. So yeah, that's kind of what I got. Don't know, kind of like it. I think when it's all done, it'll be good. It will be a process of moving everything. But, it gives me an idea now. I don't know how I feel about the levers, but I don't know. Why not? Maybe not. If we don't have them, and we keep this, then this barrel becomes mostly useless unless we figure out a different way of locking this. Now it is a tileable, it is too wide, which means however we do it, has to not interfere with the other one that would be right beside it. So I don't know how that would happen, right? Because theoretically there'd be, well, not that way, but there'd be another double chest here, another one here. So we can't really lock the hoppers from the side, I don't think. Because if we did, it would lock both, right? So either we have a master switch that just unlocks all the hoppers, which, maybe, but this isn't even the right height. So we'd need it up here. Yes. I'll lock that first hopper. And we could drain all the hoppers. I don't know how I feel about that. This doesn't lead anywhere anymore. Help! Yeah. I don't know how else to do it, though. Otherwise, we just have a barrel for storage, and most of our deep storage for stuff is going to be... already exceeds... Right, our stone is already almost a double chest. And here we could add additional storage, which then just... we're basically replicating what we used to have. It's just now it's dealing with shulker boxes. Right, we could do that. And store it deeper. And then we have to have access down here to access the other storage. I don't know how I feel about that. Prefer... How did I set it up? Where's that one I had? Is it this one? No. I think a villager's been opening my doors. That one we let escape. I saw him earlier. Became a fisherman. But yes, here I have like an overflow. So this hopper stays locked until this gets full, which it is. And then it, how does it work again? Well, anyway, it drains, it'll only drain into the chest below it afterwards. This one. So I think it reads one of these things and then opens it up. But we have a lot more room here to do that. Spotted him. He's in with the cows. Might have lost his profession then. Couldn't get out. There's George, though. I thought George may have drowned, but nope. Still wandering.
Doing some thinking and some playing around. Took a break and I think I figured some stuff out. Also cleaned up my mess. Perfect. I think I have a way of dealing with the problem with the storage underneath. I added in another barrel. That barrel won't be locked, so things will drain from this top barrel downward. Or no, they won't. Okay, no, yes. So I added in this extra piston. Essentially the same thing as this one. Another piston, double slime, and it locks this bell going off, that one, and this one. So if... If this is switched, it'll lock, and if we unswitch it, it'll unlock. I do believe we can, this is what this is. And I don't think it will interfere with the neighboring sorters and things. So I set it up here on cobble. We can see it there. It's essentially this lever. So if we move these into this, so right now it is locked. It'll stay locked. If we flip that, I said, oh no, the neighboring ones do interfere. I don't have a solution, everyone. I thought I did, but it only works if the neighboring one is off, and then it would drain. Okay. Solution not had. I did do this, though. Might be better. I do realize this last one is for slime. And what that means is we have little to no room for a stairwell, but any other further farms. We could add one more module right here. Still fits within the room. But this adds two more as well. I don't know if this works. I mean, I haven't tested. There is a chance that items will get like stuck on the sides. So we'd have to be very careful with how they enter the stream, if we can even use this. But this is an option, because nothing over here is... This is all extra space. So yeah, don't really know. I was also thinking maybe for a stairwell instead of here. There is some room behind this wall. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth is this wall. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th in this wall, could maybe all this can be moved. Could maybe snake around here somewhere, right? There's that. I don't know how we'd get like back into anywhere other than maybe up in the corner, which we could maybe like step. Not entirely sure. There's not a lot of room. But maybe come up like in here. So we could have this stairwell in this corner. Close that back up. We have extra chests, so we can move those. And then have a stairwell here. Or here. I'm not sure. Nothing seems like it would work without a complete like redesign. Ripping up the roads and tearing up the grass. Uh-oh. Danger, danger. Whew. It's your doing, isn't it? Sure, can's full again. We should really have put a loader here. But for the time being, I'll just manually replace these. Alright, well, that buys me some time. I just gotta wait until that's drained. There we go. Things are a mess. Hi, I don't know how you got in there. But I kinda wanna let you out. Be free. So maybe like a really tight, one wide stairwell somehow makes it right here or something. Yeah. Go down. Hang on. Let's try. So for now, it'll just be a single. Chop up the floor. Creaky staircase that we'll never want to use because it's so awkward. Get to look out this window. Avoids this doorway that I just made. Doesn't interfere with anything. Not needed, not needed, not needed. Perfect. It's not too bad. It's not too great either. I mean, it could actually go right in the corner. It could work. Could make this work.
I think. Might even be able to get it too wide. Well. Oh? Maybe? Anyway. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna call it quits. Let all this sink in. If you have any thoughts or ideas, you like it like this? Do you like it better with the water there? Do you hate everything about it? Let me know. Yeah. Not sure what we'll work on next. But I can do the rest of these off on my own. Just wire them in. And then get this wall clean. And then replicate. Yeah. Anyway. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good one. And we'll see you in the next time. See you in the next time. That's right.